What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation for another week of nerds, news, funny stuff, and, not putting Gorilla Glue in our hair. Anyway, I am Jason the X. I don't do this show by myself, though. Over there is Cora.
Hello. My mug also is wearing a little sweater because it's too cold.
And over there with the America Makes Me Want to Drink shirt, and it do be like that.
It do be like that. It keeps you warm. I've actually got my cocktail. It's just out of reach. I might have to move out of screen here in a second to grab it. So,
well, that would be Ricardo over there. So,
I don't have alcohol. I have hot chalky.
I don't believe you. Anyway,
I love hot chalky.
Also, while I did make the joke about somebody putting Gorilla Glue in their hair because someone did that, I'm happy to report that her hair is free now.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, a doctor, a plastic surgeon, did the procedure for free. He basically had a concoction of a solvent and a lot of different olive oils and stuff like that, but her hair has been freed. Please, no one ever do that, ever. Please don't, because though we were supposed to have sympathy, I still made fun of her. I'm sorry, I did. Because I have put things together with Gorilla Glue that are still together to this day. So
somebody actually went up there.
No. You stop. No one. Anybody that did something now is just doing it for clout or something. Okay.
They tried to perm their downstairs.
Okay, why? Like, that's my first question.
Yeah, I'll have to find the link. I'll send it to y'all in the chat.
I can do without that one anyway.
Yeah, I know. Somebody sent me that because
people are.
I'm like,
stupid.
why?
Okay, because I need to know male or female.
Female.
I don't. Anyway, we're just gonna move on because we have news and stuff this week, and some discussion topics and whatnot. Cora, have you been watching WandaVision?
I have not.
Do you know what happened on WandaVision?
Was my theory confirmed?
What was your theory before we get into it? Because Rick and I watch it, so.
Yeah, I need to scream about this.
Creating an alternate reality and bad shit happening.
All, that already has happened, and twins are in the game. Twins listening to Wanda, by the way, but that's not even the most alarming thing. Now, we as Marvel fans, we pretty much called it. She's gonna bring back Pietro Maximoff or Quicksilver at some point in this, and Disney was like, probably, very coyly. But then guess what? Pietro Maximoff showed up in the series, but not the one that we were expecting. It was the Fox X-Men Pietro, played by, what's his name?
Spoilers!
Yeah, I mean, the next episode comes out tomorrow. I think we're good. But I yelled. I'm telling you right now, I yelled out when I saw it. I was like, wrong Pietro!
I was watching it at work on my lunch break on my phone. I screamed and nearly threw my phone when I saw him, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I mean, we were like, Marvel and Disney are like, "Yeah, you really thought, didn't you? You really damn thought." Okay, this show, man, this show gets better. We have the first introduction of mutants into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Mind you, they did it in the most out of the blue way that they could. Kudos. Just when you think you got these people figured out, they were like, you don't know anything.
And see, I like that they did that Because it's well, you got what you wished for, which is part of her power,
Mm-hmm.
but you didn't get exactly what you wished for.
No, they it's like they put the castor oil behind the peppermint oil. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. I think it's awesome. I've been wanting mutants in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but also, did anyone else notice there was another thing? When Monica Rambeau was talking about moving that information to an egghead that she knows
Yes,
about
I know exactly
shielding.
what she's talking about.
Someone that knows about shielding, like from different kinds of radiation. And to that I say, did they just backdoor Mr. Fantastic into the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I think so.
Could it be? Oh, go on.
Well, I mean, Cora, you and I were there at Captain America Winter Soldier when they just casually dropped Doctor Strange that one time. And we both looked at each other in the theater like, oh. they said his name. Like he just like Doctor Strange. What?
Who?
That's how they do things, man. So wow. This show. And also, I mean, we got the teaser, we got the full trailer for Falcon and Winter Soldier. But let's face it, the bar has been set.
Yeah, it's like you said, just when you think Disney Marvel can't surprise you anymore, they pull something out of nowhere that makes you scream.
Boy.
And I just like seeing everyone's reactions on the internet about seeing Pietro or Peter. Just, it's been fantastic.
And I typically watch it as soon as I get up in the morning, so I'm like finishing off the episode while I'm getting ready. So when I saw it, I yelled from the room, and my wife instantly went, "Shut up! Don't say a damn thing!" So I loved waiting for her reaction when she was watching it because I just heard, "What?" So I'm so excited for this series, and man, so this is the first MCU series that we've gotten so far. Man, the bar is set, baby.
I'm just saying. Just gonna say, if Hawkeye is even half as good.
Oh, they also because they're still filming Hawkeye right now. They had some set photos of Haley Steinfeld in full gear, and I'm just like, I'm so happy about this.
What I'm hoping they're going to end up doing is incorporating more of Matt Fraction's Hawkeye and more of like just classic Hawkeye. Mm-hmm. And when I say that stuff, I legitimately just mean I would like the deaf representation that is there.
After seeing her performance in Bumblebee, I know she can pull this character off. So
yeah, well, she's not the one that's deaf though.
No, I'm not saying that. I was just saying about Haley Steinfeld. I'm just happy about her in the role because that girl can act. She can.
Yeah,
she was destined for greatness from True Grit.
So real quick, with we knowing this, that WandaVision is going to lead to Doctor Strange, which is going to lead to Spider-Man 3, will we see X-Men in either one of those movies?
I can't answer that right now because I thought I knew things. I don't know things. So I'm guessing that we're just gonna have to wait a little bit. But yeah, Wanda definitely needs some guidance on her powers right now, and I think Stephen Strange is the guy to do it. Which is
what would you put the odds at? 50-50?
Of what?
75-25?
Oh,
mutants showing up in the next two Marvel films that's Spider-Man or Doctor
I'm going
Strange.
to be dead set on 100 now.
100%?
They're in. They're already in. So that's only a matter of time before they just start dropping them, throwing them in for little cameos, however they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to go with that X-Men team from those movies because honestly, I think I liked those movies at the time, but are they memorable?
Days of Future Past, yes. Okay, here's my other question. Well, here's the other thing. We only know one actor for sure that's going from Fox to Disney, and that's Ryan Reynolds.
Well, apparently now Evan Peters. So there.
And Evan Peters.
I couldn't get his name earlier. I just got it out of the booth. Anyway. But okay, that's enough. We got some more stuff to discuss. Got to get this show back on the tracks. But let's start it off and kick this thing off with some super cool nerd news. All right, so starting off, I got some great casting news this week. I say everybody got it. I'm just happy about it. I've made no secret that I love the game series The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2, and it was announced that we were getting a movie based off of the first game. And who is going to play one of the titular characters, Joel? It's none other than Pedro Pascal, the finder of lost small things and reuniting them with their families. Yes, he will be playing the character Joel, and I don't have the picture up. Did I do my pictures? Did I do my pictures? Did I do everybody else's?
It's okay.
Pictures?
We were having
mine. Hang on. There's a picture of Pedro Pascal. So anyway, he will be playing Joel, but we also got an announcement for who will be playing Ellie, and that is going to be actress Bella Ramsey. Now, these two are not unfamiliar with each other because they both were on Game of Thrones, a series that, honestly, has anybody made the winter is coming joke? Not today.
One person.
See, Game of Thrones. No one cares. Go read the books. The books are still around. Anyway, she will be taking on the role of Ellie, and I've seen her on Game of Thrones, and I'm actually really, I think this will work. Now, this is going to be the HBO series, right? Yeah, HBO series. Craig Mazin, who wrote Chernobyl, is actually writing the script and executive producing it. And if you didn't see Chernobyl, it was really good. So I've got a lot of hope for this one.
Hey, Jason.
What?
I can see your open files on YouTube.
You can see my open files now? Okay.
I can see all the pictures.
Oh, you can see all the show pictures? Oh my God.
Yeah, you can see you and Cora.
I took them down. Okay.
There I am.
Really? Let me see. Oh, it doesn't. It does. It's not supposed to do that.
Oops.
That's weird because that's how I make changes to the show and everything.
Yep, there I am. Yep.
Huh. That's weird because they never pop up onto the feed. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to do things from a different side now. So okay. Until that gets figured out. Yeah, now you can see it again. Huh. Okay, well, moving on. Yeah, The Last of Us, great storytelling. And I don't know how I feel about this being a movie, but these are two really good actors handling these roles. So I'm kind of like, okay, I'll take it.
Wait, I thought it was a series.
Is it going to be a series or is it going to be a movie?
I thought it was a series.
It makes more sense to make it a series, actually.
When have we known the entertainment industry to make good choices, though?
It will be a series. I'm sorry.
It's HBO, right?
Yes. Production will be taking place later this year. So we haven't even started yet. So the script's being pinned. So, okay. Yeah. So this is going to be a show. My fault. I thought I was thinking movie for a second, but thinking on it, this could be stretched out quite a bit because we only see them in game for a very short amount of time. They spend pretty much Ellie's teenage years together. So cool. I'm happy about this. Anyway, moving on to some other news that I'm pretty sure is going to get some real debate out of us. Ricardo, why don't you go ahead and just go on with that?
All right. So we all know what's been going on a lot with, people making stupid comments, coming out as racist, also known as garbage people. That's right. And we got another one that really finally got the boot from The Mandalorian. Gina Carano was fired. Well, she wasn't fired. She finished her contract with Mandalorian and Disney. And they're like, we're not working with her any longer because of her anti-Semitic comments. Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to be in the future, a Lucasfilm spokesman said in a statement. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their culture and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. Of course they are, because she's a garbage person. Also, her agency, UTA, has also dropped her. So, following some comments that she made, which I don't know if I quite want to repeat, the hashtag Fire Gina Carano was trending on Twitter and Instagram following her comments and was met with severe backlash. She has since deleted the comments, but it's the internet. There are things done as screenshots, and yeah. So she is no longer going to be in Mandalorian, and apparently back in November when they announced the Disney series Rangers of the New Republic, they were going to announce her as a star of that show, but since she had made some comments right before that, they decided not to announce her as the lead. So again, garbage person.
I think she knew that she wasn't coming back to work with Disney, which is why she kind of made these comments. Because look, basically she compared the treatment of Republicans is tantamount to how Jewish people were treated, during the Holocaust. And let me say, Holocaust.
6 million people, right?
Mm-hmm. Really
At
are
least
not comparable. And there are people that are, of course, saying that this is a matter of free speech when no, it's not. Gina Carano does not face any type of punishment from the U.S. government or jailed or, forced to be silent or anything like that. I'm going to tell you something. This whole cancel culture thing, this word, is just a new word for something called accountability. If you say something messed up, then people have a right to say, I'm just not going to have anything to do with you anymore. Yep. And that's exactly what happened here. I understand that people might feel differently on it, and some of them are like, I'll never watch Star Wars again. Cool.
Speaking of that.
But in the meantime, I also want to say, go ahead and recast this role with an actress or somebody out there. I said Lucy Lawless today, but Lucy Lawless apparently does not want to do these type of roles anymore, and that's fine. Oh. I want Lucy Lawless to be happy in her career, but also young Jason died a little bit inside. I loved you. Anyway, Danny Fernandez, however, has made a compelling argument that she needs to be the next Cara Dune because she said, I'm thick and not terrible.
Accepted. Done.
Yeah.
that's all she needs to put on a resume. I'm thick and not terrible. You're hired. Welcome aboard.
So I want to go off a little bit more with what you just said about people saying, oh, we're not going to watch Star Wars. Well, guess what? That's okay. Because at their latest in the report that they released, apparently between December 2nd to last month, Disney Plus went from 86 million to 94.9 million paid subscribers. Now, granted, November 12th of 2019, they said in 4 years they wanted to hit 90 million. They did it in a little over a year.
I mean, I'd like to go ahead and just say I did like Gina Carano. I liked her in Deadpool. I was rooting for her, but it's kind of like one of those things, never meet your heroes,
Yeah.
Because once we found out, she's not a great person. And I was rooting for her. I was, but I feel like I've wasted my time. It's kind of like, I thought Josh Whedon was good at some point.
Also known
we all
as
make
a garbage
mistakes.
Person.
It's okay. Yeah. We all make mistakes.
I mean, if I'd known then what I know now, but, either way, goodbye. And really, I know I was talking with a friend about, do they recast the character or just like, she crashed her X-Wing somewhere and died. No, recast the character. Let the writers have their vision the way they wrote it, because I'm pretty sure they've written more for the character of Cara Dune. And, yeah. I hear Danny Fernandez wants it. Just saying. We won't Danny
Fernandez. Maybe Cara Dune had a sister that survived.
No, just, it'd be kind of like how what's-his-name was replaced in Iron Man with Don Cheadle. And I
Oh,
say, what's his
Don
name?
Cheadle
Because I
replaced
don't really
Howard.
care what his name was. He was the guy that was worse at being Rhodey.
Something Howard something.
I don't know. I don't care. Don Cheadle is the man. So there. Anyway, moving on. Cora, go ahead and hit us with some news.
Ooh, have I got news? I'm excited about this. So it was announced last Friday, or that we were going to be getting 6.0 for Final Fantasy XIV in the fall. And the name for the expansion was also dropped, Final Fantasy XIV Endwalkers.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So here's some stuff that we know about the new expansion. We're going to be getting 2 new playable classes. One will be a melee DPS that they will announce at a later time. And we will be getting a new healer class, which they have announced as Sage. And Sage is basically when you're a healer, but you have a gun. Like, they have floating... It looks almost Gundam-esque how they have what they call an Nolith. I think is what it's how it's pronounced, Nolith. That float around them like little 4 rockets, basically, little thin rockets, that not only shoot healing beams, but also shoot deadly laser beams of death.
Ooh.
And I love it. And it's great. It's great. You'll actually be able to see it in the trailer if Jason is playing that trailer.
I'm playing it right now, so continue talking. This looks amazing.
We will also be going to 3. We were told of 3 new areas we will be going to. We will be going to the nation of Thavnair, which looks very South Asian, and I'm very excited for that one. We've been hearing about the region of Thavnair for a very long time, so it'll be nice to finally go there. We'll be finally going into Garlemald, so we are taking the fight to part of the problem, and we are going to the moon!
Woohoo!
Like, it's in the trailer, and it looks like, oh, that could be artsy. No. We are going to the moon, and we're going to go fight monsters on the moon, because moon's haunted, guys.
Okay.
Just following up with that joke. I just love that joke. They did also announce that this will be the end of the Zodiac Hydaelyn saga. So the saga that we have been following from the beginning, this will be the end of that arc. It won't be the end of the game. It will be the end of that arc. And unlike the other expansions where the story kind of ties up in the patches, and then towards the end of those patches, they tie in the next expansion, this will end at the end of 6.0. That story will completely end. So we're theorizing that 6.1 will be the start of the next story. It's kind of like what happens after you have the happy ending kind of thing. Some of the fun stuff they're adding is... Well, I say some of the fun stuff. The one really fun thing that they added, and it's the only thing I can remember, we are getting an island where we can farm and do whatever we want. Basically, we're getting Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon kind of thing in 14. They're adding it for people who don't want to do all of the fast-paced stuff like PvP and raiding and things like that. Because for those people, there's not really a lot of slow-paced stuff that they can do. At this point, I think it's really only leveling, crafting, and gathering, or Gold Saucer. And those are your choices. Players that want to do other high-end engaging content have a lot of choices. So it's kind of not fairly balanced.
That looks
With this...
amazing. Sorry. I just finished watching
you're good.
While you were talking. Go right ahead.
I recommend everyone go watch the trailer. There's no spoilers for Shadowbringers in there if you haven't gotten there, which is good. I wanted to point that out just in case. The music in it is absolutely fantastic. And moon. We're going to the moon. They also announced the information for FanFest at this event as well. Instead of having an in-person event like they do every year, or every couple years or so for the big expansion kind of stuff, it will be a digital event, and it will be free to attend. However, they did say because it's free, there may not be, the videos online. So they may have a thing where you can pay to access the archive. Is my personal theory on that. But to attend the concerts or the panels, you just have to tune into their Twitch channel. They've already got merchandise online for the Fan Fest because, of course, they already had that planned out. So you can pre-order those things online. It looks like the theme they're kind of going with is like a down the rabbit hole, Ilmeg fairy-esque theme, which also makes me very upset that they're not having an in-person event because it's right up my alley. But yeah, gun healer to round out all of your gun needs. We already have a gun DPS and a gun tank. Why not have a gun healer?
I mean, I did it in our D&D games, so
exactly.
I could shoot you and heal you, but that trailer does look pretty damned amazing, I gotta say.
Yeah. It has me excited because this is just a teaser trailer. We haven't even gotten our theatrical trailer yet, and this comes out in the fall.
Fall 2021, which is still kind of far away. Anyway.
Too far.
Yeah.
I want to go to the moon.
To the moon.
It did look kind of cool. I love the shot where it anyway, good shot with it coming out, almost looking like the Final Fantasy kind of logo. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Oh, also 8-person mount, which is a whale. It's like the whale that takes you to the moon in Final Fantasy IV.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of Final Fantasy IV references in this one.
Yeah.
Huh?
So just hit them with the nostalgia.
I mean, why have those franchises if you're not going to reference them?
I mean, if you could put a whale in the game, put a whale in the game. If you got a choice of whether to or not, I mean, you do it.
I mean, they do have a whale in the game you can ride, but it only fits 2 people. This one will fit 8.
Yeah,
so
buddy.
It's the raid whale.
Looks awesome. I have to always like curb my enthusiasm so I don't run to this game because I'm already in enough games and Destiny is calling me right now. I back you, Temptress. I won't get work done.
I mean, I can invite you back, and I think you get some free time on it.
You like hung out with me one day in Final
You
Fantasy.
didn't tell me when you were online. I can't just. I don't know.
Left me to the world. Like
I left you with your FC.
She was like, "Welcome to the world. Goodbye." Just left me on a porch. What was that? What's the big city that you start out in?
The one you started in was Ul'dah.
Okay, she left me on the steps of the fighter training place, and then left. Oh, raise him well.
One, it was your FC. It was a member from your FC, so it was a friendly person. 2, I had to get offline.
He was a problem child. Just letting you know when you take him.
God. Oh my God.
I'm kidding. All right. All right. Is that it? Because I got some Marvel news to break down. It's a couple of things, but they're all short. So coming up, speaking of, we said all that stuff about WandaVision, I mean, we're just Marvel people over here. But there has been news. Tom Holland. I just want everybody to be on screen when I say this because, there's no one that we can trust more to give us information legitimately about the Marvel Cinematic Universe than Mr. Tom Holland himself. That just, look, if it don't leak out by accident, I don't believe this young man. I think he's great. But Tom Holland has confirmed that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are not in Spider-Man 3. And he said, if they are, they certainly kept it from me. I'm sorry, his exact words. No, they will not be appearing in this film unless they have hidden the most massive piece of information from me, which I think is too big of a secret for them to keep from me. But as of yet, no. It'll be a continuation of the Spider-Man movies that we've been making. And I'd like to just go ahead and say, I don't trust you, and I don't believe you.
I mean,
I don't.
They wouldn't give him like half of a page of a script for Endgame. You really think they're going to give you everything for Spider-Man 3?
I have a feeling
exactly.
was sitting slightly off camera with like a baseball bat, just like read what's on the paper, Tom. And
We're giving
that's
you your
it.
script one page at a time.
So, we'll see when that comes along. We'll see, Tom. We'll see. We totally believe you. Anyway,
Oh god, it's
Where's
good.
Mark Ruffalo? Mark Ruffalo will spill the
yeah,
tea.
he'll tell everything. So the other bit of news is something that we were discussing right before we came on, but Black Widow is still planning to be released in theaters. To which I say, thoughts, guys? Should they just do the release to Disney Plus, or have we been given enough Marvel in our lives with what's currently going on in WandaVision? Is this one of those, we got Marvel at home?
I mean,
I want to see
it,
Black
it,
Widow.
it takes place. It takes place like between Civil War and Infinity War. So I'm kind of like, is there really going to be anything in this story that's going to really move ahead where we're at?
From the chat, you can't hear who well? You can't hear me well? I'll see. I think it's probably me. Do y'all hear me okay? Oh, okay. Well,
I can hear you fine.
okay. We'll see when they catch up in the chat. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rick.
I mean, it's kind of like I'm excited to see it, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, this movie takes place right after Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see Taskmaster, but is there anything really that's going to happen there that's going to have a big effect of what's happening now in the MCU? Like,
No. Damn.
and it's kind of like, I want to see the movie, but the more I've thought about it with all the delays and everything, like maybe a year ago, I would have been like super stoked, but I'm also kind of like, yeah, you know what? Scarlett Johansson gets her standalone movie, but it comes out a couple years too late. Yes, we get to see Red Guardian. We get to see Taskmaster. We get to see more of her backstory, but I'm kind of like, how much of this is really going to be relevant post Endgame? Unless there's something big that happens that's going to connect the multiverses or whatever. But I'm kind of like, at this point, I'm like, when it comes out, I'm going to see it, whether I have to go to the theater or Disney Plus. I don't care. Just release it. Just get it out there. I don't care how.
Well, for our person in the chat, I brought my microphone up, so hopefully you can hear me better now. Kind of surprising. I'm the low one tonight. Anyway, yeah, Black Widow still set for theater release, but the other one was we have a writer for our Blade movie. Yes, we know Mahershala Ali will be playing the titular character Blade coming up in the movie, but we have a writer, and her name is Stacey Osei Kuffour, and if that name sounds familiar, she is the writer and showrunner for HBO's Watchmen series, and she will be writing. And also, we got the title for the Blade movie. It's, hold on to your seats, guys, Blade Vampire Hunter. Of course. It's kind of like the Sonic 2 movie that they just released the trailer for. They released the title screen for Sonic 2, and they were like, the most obvious title we could come up with. Sonic 2. But she previously was a playwright and a story editor, and now she will be the first Black female writer on a Marvel movie. Nia DaCosta, who's working on Captain Marvel 2, is directing. Like there was some confusion about that, but Nia DaCosta, first Black woman director on Captain Marvel 2, but Stacey Osei Kuffour will be writing Blade. So yeah,
sweet.
I know this. They're expecting 6 months of development for the script for Blade. So
oh wow,
yeah. I don't know. Oh wait, no, they've been working on it for the past 6 months. Ooh. Now I'm intrigued. So yeah, look for some news on Blade Vampire Hunter probably coming up soon. I know they haven't really said much about it. Pandemic, blah, 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 all that stuff going on, but still in the works. I still don't know how I feel about Mahershala Ali, considering he was in Luke Cage, but I guess that's not canon anymore. Is it? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with all that with the whole Netflix MCU or whatever. So it's I don't know. But I'm excited. You know, Blade with say her name again.
Stacey Osei Kaffour.
With Stacey Osei Kaffour writing the script, and I mean Mahershala is an amazing act. Excuse me,
Well,
an amazing actor.
Did you see Watchmen? Watchmen was amazing.
I still need to
Okay, you got HBO
because
Plus. It's
because
great.
it's one of it's one of those shows that I know I have to sit down and really pay attention to.
Oh, indeed. Yes, you do.
So it's not one that I'm just gonna willy nilly put on. It's one that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and focus on this for the next 8 hours, whatever, however long this series is.
She actually got an Emmy nomination for her writing on that. So,
oh, good for her.
yeah,
Good.
I forget who won, but it's very good. She also worked on. Has anybody watched Hunters on Amazon?
No, but I've heard good things.
Yes, she. Oh wait, she won an award for that one.
Oh,
She won a WGA award for that. So credentials, she be gotten them. I'm just saying. I can't wait to see what she does. And honestly, I'm as good as the other Blade movies were. I'm ready for that character to make his debut into the. Because now we can. Have we really had kind of a horror character in the MCU just yet?
I mean,
we've got
Doctor
magic
Strange
with
in a
Doctor
way.
Strange, yeah. Yeah, I think he's really the only magic user.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now we can get some of the horror stuff. Bring it on, y'all. Until we get Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight and just blow everything out of the water. Anyway,
Hey.
so moving on, Rick, believe you got the next story, buddy.
So not some noise news. uh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine will end after season 8. They announced this earlier today that the cop comedy starring Andy Samberg will end after the 2021-2022 TV season. Of course, back in 2018, let me double check my date. 2017, they were originally canceled, and then they were brought back to life by NBC. So, if you haven't seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I definitely recommend checking it out. It definitely is a very funny series. It's very heartwarming, and it's very equal opportunity across the board. Like everyone has. I mean, you have the captain played by Andre Bogger. Captain Holt is a older African American gay man, and he is amazing in this role. We also have Rosa. I think. Oh crap! I should have brought up the list of all the actors. Melissa Fumero, who plays Jake's wife, or Andy Samberg's wife in the show. She has quite a bit of episodes where she's the lead of it. She's great. She's gotten great. Terry Crews is in it as well. Stephanie Beatrice, who I absolutely love. Jolo Truglio, and among others. Seriously, check it out. But we are getting one more season with just the 8th. So I am sad that it's ending, but at the same time, a show runs its course. And after currently 7 seasons, an 8th will be a nice way to buy out. So congratulations to Brooklyn Nine-Nine for 8 great seasons, or 7 currently.
I mean, the show was saved. The fans really did come out of the woodwork to save that show. So I think they've had a good run. That's definitely enough for syndication now.
And while it is very much a funny show, there were times where they tackled very serious things. Like, there was an episode where Terry Crews was looking for a stuffed elephant of his daughter that he dropped, and he was walking around the neighborhood when a cop stopped him, and Terry was just doing his normal, hey, look, I'm a cop too, I'm gonna reach for my badge, and the cop's like, put your hands where I can see them, the whole, profiling thing. And it was a very serious episode. There was one where Stephanie Beatrice's character came out to her parents, and it was very much a reflection of what a lot of people go through when they come up to their parents, and they're not accepting right away. And it's, seeing that's tackling real world problems and not really, kind of treating it as a joke, but it's like, hey, this is a serious thing. It was great. So yeah, good for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Thank you so much for the years of comedy. So yeah.
Well, sad to see them go, but I mean, they've had a good run. And also, syndication cash. The money will continue to roll in for the actors.
Yep.
All right, Cora. No, we're so low energy tonight. I'm sorry.
All right, so I've got some more video game news for you. I'm very excited about it. We have another major update for the Aiden Chronicles video game. Now we've been getting updates monthly from the team, but I hadn't really seen anything that I felt needed to be shared because it's mostly just been, it's working. We're working on it. Here's some character designs. Here's some of this. Here's some of that. But today we got some big news.
Ooh.
And that is that they have a publisher. So we now know who the publisher is that will be publishing these games internationally. And that is 505 Games.
Oh.
For those who aren't aware of 505 Games, they are the publishers for things like Stardew Valley, No Man's Sky, and a host of all kinds of other super popular video games. Aiden Chronicle, it will be added to their roster.
Well, now this was the Kickstarter game that you mentioned a while ago. That
the one being made by a lot of veterans from the Suikoden series.
Hey.
What is Suikoden again? I'm sorry, you've never mentioned it before. Anyway, I'm sorry. Please continue.
But not only that, they also released some screenshots of the game. Now, they were quick to point out, and it is on the screenshot as well, that these are not the final screenshots for the game. These are just kind of prototypes of what it's possibly going to look like. And I'm excited. It looks really good, even for a prototype.
Yeah, I like on screen. They look really good.
I like that the portraits aren't just the typical square inside a square. I like the shape of the bubble. I like the shape of the portrait. I love how the sprites look and how just how alive they look. Where you have the excitable female character. I have forgotten a lot of names and I'm very sorry.
Leon is what's on screen.
Thank you. I'm just excited. It feels so much more like a game that I'm going to get my hands on, and it's going to be coming out in a year. It comes out next year, as long as everything goes according to plan.
Yep, don't speak too soon.
Yeah,
don't seem to be working in today's age.
If it gets delayed, it gets delayed. I will be sad, but I'm not going to harass the team or anything. We're in a global pandemic. If it gets pushed back, it gets pushed back. When they came out and said they were still shooting for 2022, I was like, are you sure? Okay.
I like turn-based RPGs, so yeah, this game is going to be bought.
I just absolutely love, and I think this will help with it, or help to show RPG companies and those who make JRPGs and everything like that turn-based RPGs, while that is an old type system, it's still very much desired. It's a very desired system. And not everyone enjoys the freeform fighting like in the Tales of games or in the Kingdom Hearts games or in the newer Final Fantasy games. Not everyone's a fan of it.
Coming from the girl that just did a Final Fantasy 14 story.
There is I'm sorry. There is a difference between playing an MMO and playing an RPG. While they are both classified as RPGs, if I'm playing an RPG with just me, I don't mind freeform fighting because I do really like Tales of the Abyss and stuff. But I still really like turn-based because I have mush brain. I need time to think. Give me a chance to think. So I like 10 so much. Not only did I get a chance to think, I saw what was coming up next, who had their turns, so I could change it.
It looks good, but certainly it's probably on my must-buy list. I can't wait to see more from it, especially like a little teaser trailer or something, considering
Oh, man.
2022 not too far away.
Yeah, and
In
then, I
video
mean, they
game
had,
talk, you know.
yeah. Like they still have the footage from like when they did the announcement trailer the first time for their Kickstarter, but I'm looking forward to like a solid actual trailer for this game.
Updated footage and
And
stuff, yeah.
yeah, and like I'm trying not to be hype about it. Like I'm excited, but I'm trying to keep that to a normal level because if I overhype myself for it, it will never live up to those expectations.
Yeah.
I know better. But I am very excited, and I'm excited to see as well what this could mean for either the Suikoden series or just classic RPGs in general. There's been a small revival of them, and I think this will help boost that farther.
Cool. All right, okay, we got about a couple more minutes, so moving on. And I know I was down because I was hearing about Brooklyn Nine-Nine getting canceled, but sadly, I have a little bit more of a downer story, and I'm just going to watch what I bring to the show next time. But so, at the beginning of this week, it was announced by CD Projekt Red that they suffered a big hack, a huge hack. CD Projekt Red, of course, responsible for games like, and I want to highlight responsible for Cyberpunk 2077, but also The Witcher and other games like that. But they did suffer a hack, and basically they were getting ransomed. Someone was basically messaging them saying, "Hey, you've been epically pwned, and we have full we got full copies of source codes for Cyberpunk 2077, Witcher 3, Gwent, and the unreleased version of Witcher 3. We also dumped all your documents relating to accounting, admin, legal, HR, investor relations, and more. Also, we encrypted your servers. We understand that you can most likely recover from backups. If you will not come to an agreement, your source codes will be sold or leaked online, and your documents will be sent to our contacts in gaming journalism. Your public engine will go down." I'm not going to repeat that, even more people will see how shitty your company functions. Investors lose trust in your company, and stock will dive even lower. And they gave them 48 hours to contact them. CD Projekt Red basically said, "We don't negotiate with terrorists." Well, today in a dark web auction, that information was sold off. So the hackers said the auction was closed. They auctioned off the stolen source code for Red Engine and CDPR games. And they just announced that a satisfying offer from an outside forum was received with the condition of no further distribution or selling. This was actually IGN has been doing a lot of investigative journalism on this. Kudos to them. But yeah, they did. They sold the information, and you're a piece of crap.
Did they say how much it was bought for?
They didn't say that because that just makes it easier to find out who these people are. And honestly, I do hope you get found out. These are people's livelihoods. I know everyone's mad about Cyberpunk 2077. I know. I've heard. But this was not the right way to go. I disagree with this type of hacking for malicious intent. I did specify for malicious intent. Anyway. So good luck to the people that did it. I hope, well, not good luck. You just better hope you don't get caught. These are people's livelihoods. So, hope you slip up. Anyway, kudos to CD Projekt Red for not giving in to that, though, because once you do it once, it just continues on, honestly. So they got some sort of gain out of it, but I don't know who could buy that type of information and actually use it without giving away that they bought it. So good luck to whoever bought it, I guess. And because that's still illegal what you did. So anyway, moving back over to Ricardo because you actually got a good story that can kind of bring us up, and Cora's going to end it with something good too. So this is going to be a good show, guys. Trust me.
It's gonna be a good show. So the cast of Umbrella Academy, which is the Netflix show, and also a comic book, recently got together. The core cast got together and netted a substantial pay raise going into the third season of the show. Tom Hopper, David Castaneda, Emmy Raver Lampman, Robert Sheehan, Aidan Gallagher, and Justin H. Min all got together, all banded together ahead of the season as for a pay raise. And each of them are not earning more than $200,000 an episode. Now, there was a name I left out, and that was the name of Elliot Page. But that was because Elliot Page did get a raise as well, but because he was the better known actor out of everyone, already had a bigger salary than the rest of the cast members. But Page was said to be supportive of the group's effort. So no hard feelings there on any way. But Elliot Page did support his cast members getting together to renegotiate their contracts and make a whole lot more money, because while I have not seen Umbrella Academy season 1 or 2, I've heard a lot of good things, and I know it's become a very hit show. So very good for them. A lot of times that kind of stuff doesn't happen where the actors band together to ask for pay raises. Some of them are sometimes a little selfish, and it's understandable, but this is not the first time this has happened with a show. I know the cast of Friends all negotiated all of their contracts together. Then they said no one here is more important than the other, so we're all going to make the same amount.
Them people still
even
don't
though
work.
so what?
I said the Friends cast still doesn't have to work.
Yeah, they'll never have to work ever again. So it's not unprecedented. This has happened before. And they're saying that Umbrella Academy has been a serious hit for Netflix, with the show's second season handily topping the first ever Nielsen streaming rankings back in September. Per the rankings, the show was streamed more than 3 billion times for the week of August 3rd through August 9th. And then
Wait. Did you say week?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
So
I like
I'm
the
guessing
show,
that's more.
but I didn't know they were pulling those kind of views down. Yeah, they need
Oh,
more
yeah.
money.
So, yeah.
Good on 'em.
So yeah, congratulations to the cast of Umbrella Academy. Congratulations on your $200,000 per episode. And
Well, they're all really good. So honestly, do they deserve that money? Yes.
yeah,
They are making that show. That show would not be what it is without, I'm just saying how good they are. So kudos on them getting some more money, and maybe we'll get some more Umbrella Academy episodes here soon. Soon.
Yeah. I don't know when the third season is supposed to debut,
Yeah, there's no.
but
I keep up on this. I
It's-
like Umbrella Academy. So
yeah, I need to watch that. That's also one of the shows that I gotta sit down and actually pay attention to. So
yeah, if I'd known what the date is, I would have been like, yeah, it's this day. I would have told you to your face. So anyway,
So Cora finishes out with an awesome story tonight.
because this was a good one.
See, all right, it's really small, but Earwig and the Witch is going to be hitting Japanese theaters again on April 29th
Hey.
with some additional footage. We don't have word on what the footage is going to be, but it seems like they're going to be adding a few scenes or some extra footage to existing scenes in this release. In addition to that, we also have a date for the Blu-ray DVD release and the digital release of the movie. The digital release will be March 23rd, and the physical DVD Blu-ray release will be April 6th. Both of them will include extras such as behind the scenes, interviews, storyboards, and things of that nature. which I'm very excited for. I've seen a couple of things from behind the scenes, like just some little snippets and clips, and it looked like they have puppets for the characters that they use to show off scenes and stuff, and we'll get more in depth on that in the extras section. I'm very excited.
Have you watched it yet?
No,
You need to watch it.
I
It's
know.
Good. It's good. I won't say any more.
I
have
really,
seen it.
I need to. It's one of those Ghibli movies that even like regardless of anything, it's going to be fun to watch, and that's all I care about. Honestly, is am I having fun watching this movie?
But it was definitely worth watching, so I'll await your opinion on it once you've actually seen it. Anyway, that is some good news, and go watch Earwig. And tomorrow morning we get to watch some WandaVision. Oh, TV! It's all that keeps me going now. That and toys. I can get things delivered to my house. So
Watch WandaVision, and then if you need a happy palate cleanser, you can watch Earwig.
yeah, I don't know what to expect out of WandaVision tomorrow morning. I have a feeling there's going to be some tragedy here soon, but we'll cross that bridge when it starts to burn. So anyway, guys, that has been our show for the evening. Thank you guys out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation for joining us. Remember, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. Things are looking up for the world, and we're maybe going to be out and doing our whole cons thing again. Maybe actually getting to hang out with each other again. That would be awesome, at some point. So,
I mean, at this point, I'm just going to buy us all hazmat suits.
It's coming.
We'll just
T-Rex suits. T-Rex suits
coming. So anyway, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Also, follow us over at SCNS Live on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/SCNS Live. But if you want to follow us personally, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX. Rick?
You can find me on Instagram under NerdyRick89. That is NERDYRIC89. I'm doing the 365-day challenge. It is my third year in a row. Today was day 41 of this year so far. I posted a picture of my Conan as Wonder Woman Funko Pop that I won from Team Coco. And also a quick shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Keith Lee. Keith Lee announced his engagement to Mia Yim. Congratulations to you guys. Mazel tov.
I saw him wrestle his first match in MPX a couple years ago. Anyway, Corey, where can they find you?
You can find me for all things art related, Suikoden related, and general screaming related over on Korodono Art on Instagram and Twitter. That is KORODONO Art. Please talk to me on Twitter. I'm lonely. I want to find more Suikoden friends, please. Or if you want to follow me for Final Fantasy XIV related things and see my Final Fantasy screenshots, you can follow me on Twitter at chaotic_noodle.
And go follow our other cast member at The Good Cast. She got kitties.
They're so cute.
They're adorable. Yes, they are.
They're adorable.
Anyway, guys, like I said, that is our show. We will catch you next week. And as we always say around here, keep on nerding.
Wear a mask. Wash your hands.
Wear your damn mask.
Drink
Ready to go
liquor.
do stuff again.